Hello everyone, welcome to the course Core Java 101. In this tutorial, we will be learning what is decision making in Java and how we can achieve it. So before we start, I have included the interview questions at the end of this tutorial, so make sure to watch it till the end. Now let's start with what is decision making. Now to understand this, we are going to take an example. So assume this, we are at the crossroad and we have two ways. After giving some thought, we will select one of them and reject the other. In this process, our answer will be yes for one and no for the other. Now this yes and no gets translated into true and false in programming world. And the logic behind the selection is represented as condition. So here we have real world and software world terms. In real world, we had yes, no, and logic, which will get translated into true, false, and condition. Next is how we can achieve decision making in Java. So for this, we have following statements or selection statements to achieve our task. And these are if statement, if else statement, and switch case. Now this one got new updates very recently, so we will be covering that as well. So the first one is if statement. Now it is the simplest decision making statement. Execution of condition body is dependent on the condition. Now let's take a look at the syntax. So we have if, and inside parenthesis we have expression, which will evaluate to either true or false. Now if the condition is true, the statements that we have inside this block will get executed. Otherwise, program execution will skip the inner statements and proceed with the next line of code. Now this is the example of if condition. Here we are checking if I, which we have initialized with 10, is less than 15. Now this 15 is hard-coded value for now, but it could be a user input value. So after evaluating the condition, it will return true, and JVM will execute the statements that we have inside if block, which is given number is greater than 10. Now the other case, when if condition evaluates to false, this time JVM will simply skip the condition and execute the next line of code. Now this is the flowchart of if condition. For the first case, when condition evaluates to true, JVM will execute the condition body and continue with the remaining code. And for the other case, when condition evaluates to false, it will skip the condition body and continue with the remaining code. Next, we have if else statement. Now this one is the upgraded form of if. Now let me explain why I am saying this. So the execution of if body is dependent on the condition, and if this condition doesn't meet, then else block gets executed. So let's take a look at the syntax. So the first half is same what we have seen for if block, but there we didn't had any provision for false. So the part is taken care by else block. So if condition is true, if block will get executed, and if condition is false, else will get executed. And both can have separate set of statements. And this is the similar example we have seen for if with addition of else block. Here, if condition evaluates to true, we know that the number is greater. But if condition evaluates to false, we can safely say that the given number is less than I or 10. The flowchart of if else contains condition body and else body. So if condition evaluates to true, condition body and the remaining code will get executed. And if condition evaluates to false, else body and the remaining code will get executed. The last one is switch statement. So first we'll take a look at the basic switch case and then we'll understand the changes. So switch statement is multiple branch statement which dispatches the control after evaluating the expression. And this is the flow diagram of switch case. As we can see, we have one expression block. There, expression will get evaluated and dispatched accordingly. So for our demonstration, our cases are int and expression evaluates to true. Now this 2 will get matched with case 2 and then JVM will execute the statements associated with case 2 and then it will continue with the remaining code. Next, our expression won't match to any case. So this time it will evaluate to A. And as we don't have any match case, so it will directly go to the default case and execute the default statements associated with it before continuing with the normal flow of program. Now let's take a look at the changes happened with the switch case. The first one is Java 6 and prior, then Java 7, Java 12, and at last Java 13, which was very recent. So for syntax, let's start with Java 6 and prior. Now this one is very widely known switch case and it lasted for a very long time in Java. Here I is int and apart from int, switch accepts only char. So to come out of any case, we need to write break. And if we don't write break, then the flow of control will fall through to subsequent cases until a break is reached. Now in Java 7, switch got enhanced and now it started accepting whole string along with int and char. In Java 12, switch received major changes. The first one was now it can have multiple comma separated cases and we can assign value back to the variable. Now the style 1 and the style 2, now these two styles can be written in Java 12. So the first one where arrow is there, you can skip the break, but for second one where we are writing the standard case with colon, we need to put break. And at last, the Java 13 changes where this break is replaced by yield. So these were the all changes which happened with the switch case. Now let's start with interview questions on decision making. The first question is types of decision making in Java. Next, describe switch statement. What is fall through with respect to switch case? Switch case changes in Java 12 and Java 13. So this is it for this particular tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will be learning about loops in Java. So, thanks for watching.